Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and I'm going to attempt to show you how to put a ball inside this 3D polygon cage I made. I could have done a little bit better on the shading and on the ball, but all you have to do is draw this, and we'll take this ball out. And I'd taken this thing all apart. You need to make sure your back of your cage, I'm going to call it, is in the back. But all I did was take a polygon tool or polygon and made it a particular size, like 3 inches, and then set my nudge factor on 3 inches. And then we could take, and might as well go ahead and make it black, because we're going to need it black in the long run. I'm going to Control D. I'm going to just make a bunch of polygons across the screen. Now I'm going to Control G, and I'm going to group that together. And I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate. And I'm going to take that sharp point right there and put it right there. And if you have Snap Tool on, it should snap right to it. And then Control D. It doesn't matter if it's going downhill or what. You know, make it as big as you think you need to make it. And then take your Smart Fill tool, set on a black, and do every other one. And then skip a line and do every other one. I'm not 100% sure this is the way a soccer ball would look, but I'm pretty sure. I've made several soccer balls through the years. Now we need to group all this together, Control G. And then we need to bring in an ellipse and put it, I'm going to go ahead and make it black. Put it in the center of that. Select it all. Go to Effects and go to Lens and pick. Either you can do fisheye or magnifying glass. And that didn't work for some reason. So let's, let me make sure I got everything grouped together. And I do. Let's try magnifying glass. Well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Let's make this, let's ungroup this. And let's take our lines and maybe make our lines something other than a hairline. There we go. Now group this back together. Maybe it didn't like the hairlines. Maybe it doesn't like a hairline there, so let's make it a little bit thicker. Put it about in the center, and then maybe you don't have to grab the whole thing. Maybe just put the ball. Maybe that's what I was doing. I was grabbing the whole thing. And then you can change this. Or I actually like the fisheye look. So let's turn it to fisheye. And it makes it look like a round ball. And then I'd go ahead, and you can change the rate, you know, make it a little bigger, a little lower. You could change the viewpoint, you know, by rotating it around. But you could play around and then freeze it. And then take your ball and just move it out of the way. Now we're too big for our cage, but we can always reduce it quite a bit, and we can make it bigger when we actually get in there. And if you remember, so I've got a layer on the back and a layer on the front, and you can see already that I moved it. I shouldn't have moved it, and I'm going to move it back. So I've already got that in the back of the layer, so I'm going to bring this into the front, and I need to move this layer into the front of page. So it looks like, and you know, this doesn't work like with a Smart Fill tool or anything. You can make the ball bigger or smaller because your layers are still there. Pretty cool effect. And if you did some shading, I don't know what's wrong with my ball. It doesn't look perfect. I got some broken, well, what I need to probably do is make that line thicker. There we go. And then just put it back in there. Pretty cool effect. And if you really worked on your shading that made this octagon box, polygon box, a little more realistic, I think it would be quite a fun project. Maybe even do it with colors. Anyway, pretty cool project. So just remember 20 inches. It doesn't really have to be 20, but you can, because you can make it any size you want. That's kind of like the ratio that works. You know, you could do, it's basically like a third of the amount. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.